Hello everyone, welcome to Indian Polity Mastery. My name is Gautaman Mohan. In this video, I am going to discuss about IPC and CrPC. You are familiar with these terms, IPC and CrPC, because we used to watch movies, we used to watch news, and we also read newspapers. So in all these mediums, you might have heard about these two words, IPC and CrPC. But for some of you, if you're having some doubts regarding what is IPC and what is CrPC, I think this video will help you. Okay, let us see what is there inside. IPC and CrPC. So IPC means Indian Penal Code and CrPC means Criminal Procedure Code. The two words are very important, Indian Penal Code and Procedure Code. Okay, let us try to understand about it. Before moving further, let us try to understand the origin of these two important laws. One is 1860, that means IPC. Okay, if you go back to 1860, you can see that this particular law IPC was actually formulated during that time period. It was basically under the leadership of Lord Macaulay. Okay, it was actually during the time of British India. Okay, India was under the control of the British government during that time, and the Criminal Procedure Code was actually established in the year 1974. Okay, so these are the important dates. Now there is another term called substantive and another one is procedural. So what do you mean by that? Okay, it's very important. Substantive means something very important and something very relevant. So basically IPC, which actually defines the crime and punishment. Okay, it defines the crime and it also tells us what is the punishment for a particular crime. Very important, because otherwise it will be very difficult. Otherwise, if in a justice system, the justice system has to go in an arbitrary mode, then whatever comes to their mind, whatever the decisions they think fit, it will become a judgment. But it is not like that. Our society, our polity, everything is actually based on a law. Okay, the rule of law, the concept of rule of law. So basically this is also a law. Okay, it actually states the crime and also what is the punishment for that particular crime. But they are only dealing with that, what is that crime and what is the punishment for that. But here they are actually talking about the procedures. So when somebody is actually committing a crime, and when the judicial system or when the government, when they are actually taking an action against that, they have to go through certain procedures. So what are those procedures involved in a particular case? In a particular case related to a crime, what is the procedure that you need to follow? That is actually explained in CrPC. So one, they clearly define about a crime and its punishment, and in the other one, that is in CrPC, they clearly define about the procedures need to be followed during the investigation and during the trial and all those time. If you look at the classification of IPC, you can see that there are 23 chapters and 511 sections. And in the case of CrPC, there are 37 chapters, 484 sections, 2 schedules and 56 forms. So very important to understand this, because when we are actually discussing about the Indian Constitution, we know that the original Constitution had around 395 articles, 22 parts and 8 schedules. So like that, there is also a classification for IPC and CrPC. So basically, if you look at the document, you can see that 23 chapters and 511 sections are there. So whatever crimes are actually existing in a society, okay, the maximum numbers they try to cover through this particular document, and they also discuss about what is the punishment needed for a particular crime. It is actually clearly mentioned in IPC. On the other hand, in CrPC, what is the procedure need to be followed while actually investigating a particular case and arresting a particular person. So all those things are very clearly defined in CrPC, Criminal Procedure Code. That is, it includes 37 chapters, 484 sections, 2 schedules and 56 forms. Okay. If you go into the details, you can see that IPC, which actually states the punishable offences, along with their punishments or penalties or both. Okay, so it actually includes the offenses, it includes their punishment, and it includes their penalties also, and it explains all possible crimes and their related punishments. So IPC explains all possible crimes and related punishments like the death, imprisonment, for life, imprisonment in general, forfeiture of property, and fine are the 5 major sections of punishment. So these are clearly defined in the Indian Penal Code. And on the other hand, you can see that in CrPC, it clearly defines the procedures for the enactment of or enforcement of a substantive law. So the IPC is a substantive law, so CrPC is the procedures for the enforcement of a particular substantive law. And it's a law that describes the overall procedure which is to be followed by the courts in a criminal case. So very important. So what are the procedures followed by a court in a criminal case is explained in CrPC. It includes investigating cases, arresting criminals, presenting criminals before the court, collecting evidence, imposing penalties, punishments on an accused, the entire procedure regarding bail, etc. So whatever we heard about a particular case and the following aspects related to a particular case, we can understand it from the CrPC because it deals with the procedure. But these procedures are not covered in the IPC. IPC only talks about the crime and its punishment. Clearly defines the crime, what is a crime and what is a punishment for that. Okay, punishment or penalty for that. It's clearly defined in the IPC. But in CrPC, what is the procedure involved? So these are all procedures. One is arresting a person, like presenting a criminal before the court is a procedure, collecting evidence is a procedure, taking bail is a procedure. So all these aspects are actually covered in the CrPC. I hope your doubts regarding IPC and CrPC were cleared with this particular video. So this was just an introduction video. In the upcoming sessions, you will definitely see more videos related with IPC and CrPC also. If you think that the video is useful, please do subscribe to our channel. Enable the bell icon so that you will get the notifications regarding the upcoming videos, and also comment and share your views and opinions regarding this particular topic, IPC and CrPC. Thank you.